Hi, in this video we're going to walk you through how to set up your iMoov application and how to get the most out of the various features. Now the first thing we want to talk about is the layout. The app is laid out over 9 screens designed to look like a musician's floor. You can navigate either by pressing the buttons on the effects pedal or by roaming around the floor by dragging your finger. The arrow in the top left corner will allow this roaming in all directions rather than one direction at a time, and the boxes in the top right corner show you whereabouts on the floor you currently are. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is set up a new movement. A movement is basically a name that we've given to a motion that you use to control an effect. These movements are stored inside controllers, so each controller can have a number of different movements that you can perform at once. Swipe left or press the setup knob to get to the controller screen. Here you will need to add a new controller using the button at the bottom. Give the controller a name. I've called this Traktor control. Each controller stores a group of movements, so let's create our first one. I'm going to use this movement to control a delay, so I'll name it delay. The next screen gives you the choice of which axis to use. There are 3 axes that you can choose from for your motion. The flap axis, twist, and wave. And to help you pick which axis is going to be best for your motion, there's bars on the screen that will move as you move the axis. So what you will need to do is perform your motion and have a look to see which bar moves the most. So we're going to use the flap axis and press next. Each axis works over a range of 180 degrees. So for example, if you had the flap axis set up with an echo, at the very bottom of the axis here you wouldn't hear any echo, and then as you move it up you'd hear more and more and more until at the top you can hear the whole echo. Now very often you don't want this whole range of movement affecting an effect. So we added a range screen, and this allows you to set the minimum and maximum points of your motion. So for example, if you set the minimum here and the maximum here, at this point you wouldn't hear any echo, and at this point you would hear the whole echo. If you go below your minimum point, it stays at 0. The next screen is the MIDI stop note. This is the default MIDI value that gets sent when you turn the iMoov off or swap controllers. This is great for snapping an effect off on the beat with the big orange button. You can set this anywhere between 0 and 127, either using the preset min, mid and max buttons or using the slider. The final screen is the learn button. This will send the MIDI signal for the current movement and mute all other signals so that you can learn the MIDI note on your computer. So now there's a movement called delay stored in a controller called Traktor control. If we very quickly add a second movement, you can see how you can add 2 different movements to the same controller. Now that our controller is set up, we can load this into the iMoov by pressing More and then Quick Play. You can also do this from the controller screen with the Quick Play button next to the controller's name. Now the controller is loaded into the iMoov and its name is displayed on the screen, with the light indicating that it's active. You can also assign controllers to the quick slots 1 to 4 to allow you to quickly switch between controllers. Press Edit next to the controller name, then in the settings screen press More and then Assign to Quick Slot. So that is the iMoov from TangibleFX. Hope this has been informative and we'll catch you soon.